Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing that millions of people are no longer typing keywords into Google to find businesses like yours. Instead, they are simply asking an AI. They say something like, "Hey, what is the best project management tool for small teams?" Or, "Which accounting software should I use for my freelance business?" And an AI system like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, or Perplexity gives them a confident, curated answer. The question that should keep every business owner and marketer up at night is this: is your business in that answer? And if not, why not? And what can you do about it? Welcome to the era of AI-driven discovery, and welcome to the conversation about a concept that is rapidly becoming one of the most important ideas in modern digital marketing: AI visibility. Today, we are going to explore what AI visibility means, why it matters enormously for businesses of every size, and how platforms like MediaPomo are stepping in to help brands not just survive this shift, but actually thrive in it. Let us start with some context. For decades, search engine optimization, what most people know as SEO, was the gold standard for helping businesses get discovered online. You optimized your website, built backlinks, created content with the right keywords, and climbed the rankings on Google. That strategy worked because people searched, Google listed, and users clicked. The whole ecosystem revolved around that simple chain of events. But something profound has changed. AI language models have become incredibly sophisticated, and millions of people are now turning to them as their first stop when they need information, recommendations, or guidance. These are not just tech enthusiasts experimenting with new toys. These are everyday consumers, business professionals, students, and decision-makers who trust AI systems to give them useful, reliable answers quickly. And here is what makes this shift so different from anything that came before. When an AI recommends a business, it does not show a list of 10 blue links. It makes a recommendation. It speaks with authority. It says, "You should consider this tool," or "This company is well regarded for that specific need." That is an entirely different kind of influence. Now, here is the challenge that nobody was talking about 2 years ago, but absolutely everyone in marketing should be discussing right now. How often is your business being recommended by these AI systems? When someone asks ChatGPT to suggest a solution in your industry, does your brand come up? When Claude is helping a user research vendors in your niche, are you part of that conversation? Most businesses have absolutely no idea. They have no way to measure it, no framework to understand it, and no strategy to improve it. That gap is exactly where MediaPomo comes in. MediaPomo is what is known as an AI visibility platform, and it is one of the first of its kind to tackle this problem head-on. The core mission of MediaPomo is straightforward but incredibly powerful: to help businesses understand, measure, and improve how frequently they are recommended by AI systems. Think about what that actually means. For the first time, businesses can get real, meaningful data about their presence in the AI-driven conversation happening all around them. The conversation that is increasingly shaping purchase decisions, partnerships, and brand perception. The way MediaPomo approaches this is by systematically probing AI systems with the kinds of questions real users actually ask. It tracks which businesses, products, and services get mentioned, how often, in what context, and with what level of endorsement. This creates a visibility score, a metric that tells you not just whether you exist on the internet, but whether you exist in the minds of the AI systems that are now acting as trusted advisors to your potential customers. That distinction is everything. Think about it from a practical standpoint. Suppose you run a cybersecurity firm. A potential client goes to ChatGPT and asks for recommendations on cybersecurity companies that specialize in small business protection. ChatGPT generates a response. Does your firm appear? Is it mentioned favorably? Is it mentioned at all? Without a tool like MediaPomo, you genuinely cannot answer that question. You are flying blind in one of the most consequential marketing channels of our time. And this is not a niche problem for a small subset of industries. This affects e-commerce brands, software companies, professional service providers, healthcare organizations, education platforms, creative agencies, and really any business that wants customers to find them, trust them, and choose them. The AI recommendation layer is becoming universal, which means AI visibility is quickly becoming a universal need. What makes MediaPomo particularly compelling is that it does not just diagnose the problem, it helps you fix it. Once you understand where you stand in the AI visibility landscape, the platform guides you on how to improve your frequency of recommendation. This involves a fascinating and still evolving discipline that some are calling answer engine optimization, or AEO, which is essentially the practice of making your brand, your content, and your digital presence more likely to be surfaced and recommended by AI systems. Unlike traditional SEO, which is largely about satisfying algorithmic ranking factors, improving AI visibility is more about being genuinely authoritative, consistently mentioned across credible sources, and deeply associated with specific topics, needs, and use cases. It is about making sure that the information landscape that AI models draw from paints a clear, accurate, and compelling picture of who you are and what you do. MediaPomo helps businesses understand what that landscape looks like today and what changes can move the needle. There is also an important competitive dimension here that cannot be overlooked. If you are not showing up in AI recommendations, but your competitors are, you are not just missing out on exposure. You are actively losing ground in a race you might not even know you are running. The businesses that figure this out first, that invest in understanding and improving their AI visibility now, will establish a position that becomes increasingly difficult for slower movers to displace. First mover advantage in AI visibility is very real, and the window to claim it is open right now, but will not stay open forever. MediaPomo is building the tools and the data infrastructure to help businesses be those first movers. By monitoring AI systems like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and Perplexity, the platform gives businesses a multimodal view of their visibility. This matters because different AI systems have different training data, different tendencies, and different user bases. A business might be well represented on one platform and nearly invisible on another. Understanding those variations allows for much more targeted and effective strategy. The human element in all of this also deserves acknowledgement. We are in a moment of genuine transition, where marketing professionals are being asked to adapt to a landscape that is changing faster than any playbook can capture. MediaPomo is not just a software tool. It is a way of thinking about brand presence in the age of AI. It encourages marketers to ask different questions, to consider how their brand narrative is represented in the training data and citation patterns that influence AI outputs, and to think about credibility and authority in broader, more holistic ways. For business owners who are not deeply technical, the reassuring thing about a platform like MediaPomo is that it translates complexity into clarity. You do not need to understand the inner workings of a large language model to benefit from knowing your AI visibility score and getting clear guidance on how to improve it. The platform does the heavy lifting so that you can focus on taking meaningful action. We are also at a moment where trust is the ultimate currency. When an AI system recommends your business, it is lending you a form of trust that is hard to manufacture through traditional advertising. It is not a paid placement. It is not a sponsored result. It is the AI saying, based on everything it knows, this business is worth your attention. That is an extraordinary endorsement, and the businesses that can consistently earn it will find themselves with a powerful and durable competitive advantage. So what should you take away from all of this? The message is simple but urgent. The way people discover businesses is changing faster than most companies are prepared for. AI systems are becoming the new front door for millions of customer journeys, and your visibility on those systems is quickly becoming as important as your visibility on search engines. The businesses that recognize this now, that start measuring their AI visibility, understanding their position, and taking steps to improve it, are the businesses that will be best positioned for the next chapter of digital marketing. MediaPomo exists to be your guide in that journey by helping you see where you stand, understand why it matters, and take concrete steps to improve. It is turning one of the most opaque and mysterious aspects of the AI revolution into something measurable, manageable, and genuinely exciting. If you want to learn more, exploringmediapomo.com is the best place to start. The future of discoverability is here, and it is time to make sure your business is part of it.